7 biggest flop transfers of Premier League season revealed, like Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea and Jadon Sancho to Man United. The Premier League season is finally over, with Manchester City lifting the title after a dramatic last day. There were some great new additions to the top flight this term, including Liverpool's Luis Diaz and Brentford's Christian Eriksen. However, there were also some players who failed to live up to the hype. From the top of the table to the bottom, some clubs were left thoroughly disappointed by the performances of their new arrivals. And many cost a pretty penny too. Here are the 7 biggest flop transfers of the Premier League season, in no particular order. Belgian striker was re-signed by Blues for club record fee to deliver the goals they desperately needed. But Lukaku managed just 8 strikes in 26 league games as he struggled to adapt to Thomas Tuchel's tactics. Lukaku openly pined for a return to Inter in a disastrous interview around Christmas, infuriating fans and his boss. And Chelsea will likely listen to offers for the flop this summer, though they shouldn't expect their money back. Free bets and sign-up deals, best new customer offers. Big things were expected of the winger when he made a glorious return to English football. Sancho had lit up the Bundesliga to become one of the best in the German top flight. However, he looked uncomfortable under both Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick at Old Trafford. And with just 3 goals and 3 assists in 29 games, Sancho will need to improve dramatically under Erik ten Hag if he wants to be a regular starter. Pep Guardiola raised eyebrows when he paid a club record sum for English football's poster boy. Grealish was a superb mercurial talent at Villa, but how would he fare in a hard-working team focused on moving the ball quickly? Despite starting well, his season tailed off fairly quickly, and Grealish ended up finding himself dropped to the bench. But even though he bagged just 3 goals and 3 assists in 26 outings, the ace still ended up landing his first ever Premier League title on Sunday. Hailed as one of the best centre-backs in world football, huge things were expected of Varane at Old Trafford. Many thought he'd be the man to help Harry Maguire and David De Gea turn United's backline into a rock-solid fortress. But the Red Devils ended up conceding an eye-watering 57 goals, over twice the amount of rivals City and Liverpool. Varane was also available for just 22 games after suffering several injury setbacks, and many will be wondering if he can ever regain his old Madrid form. Chelsea will be thanking their lucky stars this was only a loan with no obligation to buy. It quickly became clear why Saul had fallen out of favor at Atletico, despite once being a key player under Diego Simeone. Saul was hooked just 45 minutes into his disastrous debut against Aston Villa, with many Blues fans calling it the worst Prem Bow they'd ever seen. He went on to feature in just 9 more games and is highly unlikely to be around for a second Stamford Bridge spell. Villa fans were over the moon when they signed a player once linked with the league's top sides. Pacey and with an eye for goal, Bailey looked like he was set to be a real coup after some bright performances. But injuries ended up limiting the Jamaican to 18 appearances, yielding just 1 single goal. And with Felipe Coutinho now in town permanently, Bailey will need to markedly improve if he is to return to Villa's starting side next term. Imposing Dutch international was brought in to save Burnley's season after Chris Wood was snapped up by Newcastle. And at first glance he looked like he was set to make the difference at Turf Moor. But Weghorst's performances soon slowed down as he ended up bagging just 2 goals in 20 games. His poor return eventually helped steer Burnley into the championship on the final day, and it is unclear if Weghorst will even stick around to help fight for an immediate return.